Yeah, welcome to all of our inquirers and applicants and offer holders. Today we're going to try and talk to you about how DMU can support you and make sure you have the best time whilst you're studying with us. So my name's Dan. I'm the Global Recruitment Development Manager here at DMU. And I'm also an alumni myself. So back when I had a lot more hair, I studied in the business school between 2012 and 2015. So hopefully I can talk to you about student life as well. So we'll start off by talking about where we are. So we are based in Leicester, and Leicester is in the centre of the UK. And we're about 1 hour north of London, very close to other major cities like Birmingham and Manchester. So our campus is very conveniently located. So our campus is right in the middle of the city centre, close to the lots of shops, restaurants, lots of social activities as well. So you've got the best of everything really, where everything is in one place. Where your accommodation will be is 2 minutes from where you'll study. You can wake up late, still make it in on time, and also 2 minutes from the city centre as well. And if we look at the next slide, we can see what the city of Leicester is known for. So many of you might have heard of Leicester if you're a football fan. Leicester City won the Premier League in 2016. It was seen as a miracle here, and it really put our city on the map. We're quite a medium-sized city, so we have around 400,000 people who live in Leicester, but it's a very, very student-friendly city. So there's 3 universities that are very close to the city of Leicester, and it makes it a very, very student-friendly city. We're only 15 minutes walk from the train station, and our train station goes all over the UK. So at the weekend, if you want to pop down to London or maybe Manchester, you can do that as well. And from a careers point of view, we have a lot of major employers that are based around Leicester. So whether you want to do a long-term placement, short-term internship, you can do that quite close to Leicester as well. And my colleague will talk to you about that very shortly. On the next slide, we can see what we teach. So we have a range of different courses ranging from undergraduate to postgraduate. And actually, I won't talk about all of our courses because I'll be here all day, but all of our courses are in the 4 faculties that we have. So we teach so many different subjects. There really is something for everyone. You might be thinking now, okay, I'm not sure which subject I want to study. We can support you with that, whether that be helping you speak to a program leader. After this session, we'll be giving you links to separate presentations, which are course specific, where you can learn more about your program, what the modules are, and what you can get up to whilst you're on that program. Something quite unique and special about DMU is our block teaching model. So that's where you would study each individual module back to back before moving on to the next one. Usually modules last between 6 to 7 weeks, where you'll study the subject in depth, and then you would do your assignments and then move on to the next module. We also have breaks in between the modules, and during that time, we encourage you to go on DMU Global trips. So DMU Global is our program where you can go abroad as part of your course, and normally the trip's between 7 to 10 days, and we give bursaries towards that as well, so you can really makes it affordable for you. On the next slides, why should you choose DMU? So we have a lot of different types of rankings. So we were voted a top 30 university in the What Uni Student Choice Awards. We are also ranked 5-star by QS. We're one of only 16 universities in the UK that has a 5-star ranking. And very, very recently, we're very proud to have been ranked first globally for student satisfaction by the International Student Barometer. And on screen now, you can see some of our other awards. But But what we're proud of is our student satisfaction. So we put a lot of emphasis in making sure our students are prepared before they join us, whilst you're settling in and getting to know the university and making friends, but also throughout the year as well, making sure that you're having a great time, but also preparing for the time when you finish as well, and preparing you for getting a really good job once you graduate. Now, a big question that we always get is around scholarships, and we have a lot of scholarships for you this year. So our tuition fee does range between courses, but it ranges between £15,000 to £18,000 each year. Now, every student that joins us can get a scholarship, I'm pleased to say. So on screen now, you can see that the top chart is for undergraduate students. So if you're joining our level 4, which is the first year, you can get a £2,000 scholarship in your first year, and then in your second year and your final year you can also get a £2,000 scholarship. So if you're coming for the full 3 years of your course, you can get a total of £6,000. And then if you're joining a postgraduate course, you can get £3,000 for all courses apart from art, design and humanities course, where you will get a £2,000 scholarship. Now, you can also get a full payment discount if you make a full payment of your tuition fee before the 15th of August, and you'll get an additional £500 towards that. So a very, very affordable option for you. On the next slide, you can see that there's plenty of accommodation for you, and we guarantee accommodation for all international students. Even if you join us quite late in the year and you make a late decision, that's no problem. We can ensure that you'll get accommodation. All of our accommodation is within 2 to 5 minutes walk of campus, and also the city centre as well. All very safe and very, very affordable. So the prices range between £95 to £158 per week, and you can either opt for a flat where you live with other people, where you have your own bedroom, your own bathroom in most cases, but you share a kitchen and living area, or you can live in a studio flat where you have everything to yourself. It's totally up to you. The key dates this year, so latest application date is the 15th of August. So you've still got 3 months to apply, but we do recommend that you apply as early as possible. The latest payment deadline is the 29th of August, and the latest date of fulfilling your offer conditions is the 12th of September, and that all leads to a course start date of the 29th of September. Now, 2 weeks before that, we would have lots of activity for you. We do trips around the UK. We show you Leicester, help you open a bank account, help you meet other people and make friends, all before you start your course. So plenty of support for you, and just to make sure that you settle in very well. On the next slide, what do you need to apply? So many of you might have applied already, but if you haven't, and you're applying through an agent or through your university, you can submit an application form to your regional representative, and you can find who that is on our website, or if you want, you can put a comment in the chat box today, and we can send you a comment back. Alongside your application form, you need to submit a copy of your passport, a personal statement, which is just 1 page in length, proof of your English language qualification, and that might be an IELTS or a Pearson, or you might have an English waiver if you've studied in English, and then also your previous study transcript. Now, you might not have all of these documents when you first apply, and that's absolutely fine. If you just want to send an application form with a copy of your passport, we will give you a conditional offer. And then on the conditional offer, it will outline what documents you still need to submit. For some of our creative courses, you'll also need a portfolio as well. Okay, so I'm going to pass over to my colleague Pooja now. So Pooja manages all of our direct students, and she'll tell you how you can apply if you're not coming through an agent and you're not coming through a university. So I'll magically move out of the way now.
Thanks, Dan. I hope everyone can still see me. Hello again. So, as Dan mentioned, we do have quite a few direct applicants every year, students who are not applying through the help of any agent. And for those students, we offer support and guidance directly from the international office, and I'll be the person who will be guiding you through the application process. So, if you've already applied directly in the last few days, you may have received an email from me inviting you to the drop-in sessions, which we host twice a week. So we've got one going on Wednesdays, 3:30 p.m. UK time, and another one going on Fridays at 10:30. Oh, sorry, that's AM. I'm so sorry, I've mentioned PM. AM on Fridays. So you're more than welcome to join these sessions, and you can ask about any questions if you want to ask about the programs you're willing to apply, and if you want to know more about the scholarships, the key deadlines, and if you need any support in making the application from the start to finish, I'm more than happy to support you through that. And credibility interview, which Gemma will be speaking about shortly. It's not applicable for all students. It's for certain students coming from certain countries. But if you need guidance on how to go about that, you will receive support about credibility interviews as well in these drop-in sessions. So we'll also be creating a WhatsApp group chat for students. That is after you make a deposit payment. So that's usually very popular, and students tend to make friends with each other before they fly to the UK. And normally students tend to find accommodation as a group. So that's really helpful for all the direct students. Yeah, so once you come to the campus, I'll be around to help you with enrollment as well. So if you've already applied, or if you're considering applying directly, you're more than welcome to scan the QR code that you can see on the screen and make an inquiry, and I'll get in touch with you within the next couple of working days. Can we move to the next slide, please? Are we clicking it ourselves? Oh, there you go. Okay, so if you want to apply directly, you can scan this QR code. It will take you straight away to the application portal. Once you make an application there, you're more than welcome to drop an email to the email address that you can see on screen, which is directapply@dmu.ac.uk. And I'll get in touch with you and keep you updated about what's going on with your application and advise you about the next steps in your application as well. So if you want to ask any more questions about that, I'm more than happy to go through at the end of the session. And now I'll hand over to Gemma to talk about credibility assessments. I'll try to move away as well.
Thank you, Pooja. So, hi everyone, I'm Gemma Chamberlain. I'm the credibility manager. So, some of you may already know that we do have to get many of the students to have interviews. These will now be called assessments because it's more like a conversation that we have with you. So for these assessments then, this would be for the regions of India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Iran and West Africa, which would be Nigeria and Ghana. So if you fall into those regions, you will need a credibility assessment. So in this assessment, there is a few things that I need to help you with so you can prepare ready, so you can do all the research that you need to do and be organised, so you're at a big advantage to pass your assessment. So we used to use Skype for the assessments. These are no longer used. We are now using Microsoft Teams because Skype isn't available to use anymore. And when you join your link, because you will be sent a link, so when you're invited to join your assessment, there will be a Teams link. You need to join that link, and you need to join that early. So please join 10 minutes before your assessment slot, because you will be given a 30-minute assessment slot that you can book. So you can book that yourself after you've been sent an invite. So you must wait for an invite, which your agents will do for you. Okay. So if you're using a mobile phone, you will need to make sure that that is stable. You're not allowed to hold it in your hand. Make sure that you lean it against some books or just against something so it's not moving. Make sure that your connection is strong. So make sure that you're sitting in a room where the Wi-Fi is strong and that you've got no background noise. I know that's not always possible to go in a room with no background noise, but maybe you could ask your agents if you could use their office so you've got a better connection and it's not so noisy. You will need your passport for the assessment. Okay, you will need to send that to Teams as well. And when you join Teams, that's when you will be able to see any messages from the person that you will be having your assessment with. So it's important that you send us your passport through Teams and also have the passport for the assessment. If you've got any visa rejections, you will need to share that with us and be able to explain why you had that visa rejection. And that could be from any country. It doesn't mean that you're going to fail your assessment, but we do need to be made aware of it. And we have got, you know, we can actually see who has had rejections in the past. So you do need to share that with us at the assessment stage. We will also ask to see 360 degrees of your room, just to make sure that your room, that there's nobody in there in the room with you. Okay, because you do need to be in the room alone. Next slide, please. So for the credibility assessments, this is the research that you all need to do ready for the assessment. So it will be with one person who will ask you some questions and you can have a conversation with them about all of these key areas. So finance and funding, you need to be able to tell us how much you've saved and where that money is coming from. Okay, so if your parents are your sponsors, then we are going to ask questions about what your parents do for their jobs and how long it took them to save and how much they earn. So it's really ideal that you have them early conversations so you can ask your parents if they're your sponsors. If you're an undergraduate student, you would need to explain your second and third year as well. So we just need a plan of how you're going to pay for your second and third year as well, not just your first year, but we won't need as much detail for the second and third year. If you've got an education loan, that needs to be in your name, and we expect you to know the details of that loan, which will be the repayment terms and the interest rate as well. And if it's sanctioned, it'd be useful to know that. We may also ask to see the education loan document. Knowledge of your course, we expect you to have researched that properly and to know a couple of the modules, because we may have a conversation with you about the modules. We might want to ask which one is the most interesting to you and how is it going to help you in the future. Can we just go back on that slide, please? Okay, so why DMU and the UK? So there's many reasons of why people want to choose DMU and the UK. So we want your answers on that. Why have you chosen DMU? Why have you chosen the UK? So make sure you do your research on both of those areas. Okay, we like to hear unique answers when we're doing these credibility assessments. So have a good think and do good research on the facilities that we have. Dan's already spoken about what we offer here at DMU. So it's important that you do take on the information of DMU. Accommodation, you will be asked about your plans of where you're going to live, how much it will cost. So make sure you look into that. And many of the things we will talk about in the assessment is to do with your future goals. So make sure that you tell us your future plans. Many of you may want to work for a multinational company back in your home country, but we need information on what kind of job that would be, what kind of business that would be for, okay? Or you may want to do the student graduate route in the UK. So tell us that as well. We want to know as much as we can about your future. Education gap, if you've got a gap in your studies, you do need to be ready to explain that, because we will be talking to you about that as well. Okay, next slide. Okay, so this is where many students fail their assessments. So I just wanted to make sure that you're aware of this. So if you can see what's on the screen, we do advise that you don't appear to be reading from a script. So, okay, you're going to practice some answers, but we need you to give us natural answers when we're doing the credibility assessment. So try not to practice where it's sounding scripted. Practice where it sounds more of a natural answer, because it's a conversation with another person. Okay, we don't like to hear scripted because we're not sure if you are a genuine student, if you're not speaking to us naturally. So it's really important that when you practice, that it's more on a natural level rather than memorizing a script, because we do find then that you will be speaking too fast and you may be saying things that you're not quite understanding yourself. So just be careful with that. Okay, I think that's that for me. Okay, so Lucia, I will pass over to you.
All right, thank you for passing the baton, and lovely to be with you guys today. As I said at the beginning, for those that might have joined us a little bit later, my name is Lucia and I'm part of the careers team here at the Montfort. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about how we can support you from a careers perspective if you choose to join us here at DMU. So a few things to say about us and our service. As Dan was alluding and Henrik at the beginning, we are indeed an award-winning team. We have been recognized as the best in the country last year by Target Jobs. So we are the National Graduate Recruitment Awards careers team. We also have been recognized as #1 career service by you students, international students, in the International Student Barometer, and we've won 2 years running the best work experience, that's placements, as well. So this is not us kind of wanting to brag or say, oh, look, we've got some awards. For me, what this means is that we are a very passionate team. It's 55 of us across the university, supporting all the faculties, and we really do care about you and supporting you in the best possible way. And we do it so passionately that those efforts have been recognized by the industry. So that's what those awards mean to me and my colleagues. We also have extensive industry partnerships. So we've got collaborations in place with top national and international employers, such as the ones that you can see on screens: Rolls-Royce, Disney, KPMG, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Jaguar Land Rover, and the NHS. So those are connections that we've got in place to allow you to have those work experiences with them. We also offer some connections with some more local employers. As Dan was saying at the beginning, we do have a plethora of majors that are in and around Leicester, but we also have a very large community of small and medium-sized companies that are dotted around Leicestershire, and they do offer some opportunities for you as well. We offer comprehensive career support, which I will be talking about in more detail in a minute. But just to give you a bit of a highlight, we can provide support with CV reviews, interview preparation, psychometric test, digital tools. You will also get access to LinkedIn Learning, and we also have in our careers hub, a state of the house technology called Body Swaps, and this is virtual reality where you can practice things like interview simulations. We also offer global and local opportunities. So with our undergraduate courses, we offer placement opportunities. Some of you might be joining us for countries like India. So let me just do a clarification here. Placement in the UK is understood as a year that you take off from your studies to do some work-based learning. So that's between your second and third year. You'll go 1 year in industry and then you'll return back to complete your studies. That's what we call placement. So our undergraduate courses offer that. Some of our postgraduate courses do also offer a placement, but if not, you're going to get quite a lot of opportunities to explore this work experience with us. Here at the university, for example, we offer something called Front Runners, which Jocelyn can talk about in a minute because she did that with us. So that's when you work here with us at DMU for part-time opportunities across a variety of roles. And that tends to be quite a popular scheme because it offers the comfort of staying in a place that you guys know, the Montfort University campus, and you gain that real work experience with us. So that tends to be quite popular. We also offer other schemes like graduate champions. So there's different opportunities. We also have an in-house part-time recruitment agency called Unitems, and that can also help you gain some work experience outside of campus for part-time opportunities too. And those placements and work opportunities can happen here in the UK, but also internationally. We also have mentoring schemes, which I will talk about in a second. And I know that we are talking today about you guys deciding to come and join us at the Montfort. So what I'm about to say might sound a little bit weird, but we do offer some support when you complete your studies. And I know that this is something that our graduates can feel a bit daunted by. And as well, I know that I've had all this wonderful support when I was a student. What happens when I leave the university? Fear not, our DMU for Life alumni service offers all those opportunities and more as continued support for you. So if we can move on to the next slide, I'll tell you a little bit more about what type of support we offer as DMU students. So here are the 7 kind of key services that we've got. Number 1 is one-on-one coaching, advice, and guidance. So you have unlimited 30-minute one-on-one appointments that you can book with us. In those appointments, we can talk about anything careers wise. Some of you might come to want to do a CV review or a cover letter. Some of you want to talk about goals and objectives or different career pathways. We can help support with any of that during those one-on-one appointments. We also have startup and entrepreneurship support via our team at DMU Made. You will learn as you're applying that under your student visa, you're not able to set up your own company here in the UK, but you will be able to do so when you become a graduate. Also, we're seeing more and more an increase of entrepreneurial skills being demanded in the workplace. So our team can help you either do the background research and start building the pillars of that company or service that you want to put out there in the world so that it's all ready to be launched when you complete your studies, but also they can help you nurture and grow those entrepreneurial skills that are very much on demand in the workplace. We also host a plethora of employer networking events and opportunities. Just to give you an idea, I think last year we offer over 700 events and opportunities where you could just get in touch with those employers and people in industry. Including in our careers fair, which has been growing from strength to strength year on year. And we have hundreds of employers on campus over the course of a couple of days with open vacancies. So you can just literally come in to our venue, speak to them, give them a copy of your CV, and know that you're in for a chance of actually gaining that opportunity. We also have a program called Inside Edge Mentoring. I'm a little bit like you in the sense that I'm international. I'm from Spain. And I can tell you that one of the things that was a little bit more daunting at the beginning was starting to get that network, right? It is very important to gain the knowledge that will come from your degree, but then it poses the question of, is not what you know, is who you know. And that networking opportunity is provided by Andy, who is by far one of the most passionate team members that we've got. He can connect you with people in industry who are already doing the things that you want to do. So that is an invaluable opportunity that you can cultivate and harness with your time with us. We also have part-time and graduate opportunities, which I mentioned a little bit earlier on, but I think it's particularly interesting that Unitem's part-time opportunity, because a lot of our students want to either earn some side income during your time with us. Some of you might also want to start gaining that UK workplace skill set. So Unitem can help you access those. We also have dedicated student support for internationals, which I'm going to cover shortly. And then the last one is the Careers Hub, which is our dedicated space for all things careers. It's a space that is open every day, Monday to Friday, between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. You can just pop in, have a conversation with any of us from the careers team, whether it is that you want a quick review for your CV, you want to book a one-on-one appointment with us and you don't know how to, but that is your space that you can just come in and ask any questions. It's also the space where you can practice with these VR headset that I was talking about, where you can practice things like this interview preparation. Some of you might have not had any interview experience here in the UK, or any interview experience at all, and kind of dusting off those skills and feeling a bit more confident with that can be reassured and cultivated by that if you're a bit too shy to come and speak to us, a career member, just yet. So that can be sort of a way that you can start dusting off those skills. And then I just mentioned DMU for Life. So that is a really good place to feel safe and know that even after you leave university, you are going to be continued to be supported by us in careers, but also by our alumni team. So with regards to what we offer for internationals in particular, we do have a plethora of support for you guys. We do have especially workshops where we can talk about things like the UK labor market. How does the working in the UK differ from what might be in your home country? What type of applications are here? Interviews, what do they look like? What's the different interviews that you might face? We also have workshops to understand the different visas, what you can and cannot do with those. We also have partnerships with two platforms or two companies that specialize in international student support. So Student Circus is a portal that specializes in making available or advertising job opportunities that come from companies that offer a sponsor visa. We also do webinars with them so they can tell you more in depth how to use those platforms. But we also have, like what you can see on screen now, a program called UK Career Ready that is available to you the minute that you receive confirmation that you've got a space here at DMU. So you do not have to wait till you're here with us. And I would say, having, as I said, been someone that joined the UK from abroad, this is a program that can really help gain that confidence and knowledge about what you might be finding here. What's different? How does it work? And I like saying that it puts you at that kind of like similar level that the home students, because there's a lot of questions and uncertainty, a lot of things that you wouldn't know because you haven't been born here. But this program can help you understand all those things, bring you back to that same level, and it covers everything that you need to know as to how to get your career successfully started here in the UK. It's absolutely free for you, online. You can do it at your own pace, 7 modules. All that you need to do is just register, you get a code, and you can do that before you come and join us here in Leicester. So it's very, very useful. And alumni panels. So from DMU for Life, we do have a plethora of students, I think around 7,000 or registered in that platform that will come and talk to us about what they did, how they did it, and offer that guiding hand, so you can ask any of those questions to them. So a lot of things that we've got on offer for you. I know that I've bombarded you with a lot of information, but I think, rather than hear all of this from me, it's great if you can hear it from Jocelyn, who was and still is about to graduate, one of our international students that took each and every one of those opportunities. So, Jocelyn, hi.
Hi. Hello, everybody. My name is Jasleen, and thank you so much, Luthia, for the introduction. So, to begin with, my name is Jasleen Kaur, and I'm a current global MBA student here at Montfort University. So, I joined DMU in February of 2024, and like Luthia just mentioned, I'm about to graduate in September this year. So, if I want to give you a rundown of what exactly the last 18 months have looked like for me, so I'd like to begin with, firstly, obviously, we started the session with a brief introduction to the program leader. So we were all in a room, and we introduced ourselves to the program leader, and she spoke to us about what the next 18 months would look like and what the program would offer to us. And I believe that was a very good session for us to just sort of network with somebody who was supposed to be guiding us academically throughout our MBA. It also gave me a very good opportunity to meet with my classmates and just sort of get to know one another before we actually commenced our lectures and just begin our academic year. So I believe it was a very good start to a very challenging degree, I might say. But I'd say it's been a very fulfilling 18 months for me, because if I am to begin with my experiences there, firstly, as soon as I networked with my program leader and I got to speaking to her about the course and what I was expecting to gain out of this experience, was the first thing that I did was I got myself to be elected as the course representative. So I was elected through an election that's held by the student union here at Montfort University. So all you need to do is just express your interest in the same and just give out a statement that says what are the policies and opportunities that you could offer if you want to get yourself elected. So I believe that's what I did. I got into speaking with other course representatives that had been elected in the previous years. So I believe that gave me the confidence to just put myself out there. And luckily, I was fortunate enough to be elected. And then as and when that happened, I was responsible for sort of communicating between my classmates and the program leader. We have certain expectations as students and what we would want to be done differently, or what is it that was lacking, what we liked while we were attending lectures. So I believe that really helped me create a continuous dialogue between me and my classmates and the board here at De Montfort. So I believe that was a very great opportunity to sort of network on a very academic level with my course leaders, my professors, and my classmates as well. And followed by that, like Lucia just mentioned, like the careers team here at De Montfort University, they offer each like students who are studying at an undergrad level and a postgrad level a working experience, internship opportunities here on campus itself, which is called the frontrunner internship. So you have several roles across all faculties. So my specific focus was towards business. Because obviously I'm an MBA student, and one of the opportunities that I found that really sort of reflected with what I wanted to work was marketing and communications. So when I came across the opportunity of the careers team looking for a marketing and communication intern, so I believe I was like, this role is just perfect for me. Let me go ahead and just apply for it. But obviously I had to be very well aware about how tough the competition was and how I needed to have an edge over my peers and other people who had applied for it. So what I did was, while I believe I had joined an introductory session, and I had sort of met with a marketing professor here at De Montfort University. So I just dropped them an email and I spoke to them, about expressing my interest of, just sort of being able to sort of back this role. And I was like, I really, really need this position. So could you just help me down with what is it what is required to just stand out in an interview, and what will make me just bag this role with absolute certainty. So I believe I reached out to this professor, and then they actually instead of just responding to my email, they actually said that, why don't you book a session with me and just come down, we can have a conversation and I can help you with that process. So this just shows that apart from the Montfort University giving you opportunities to actually grow, they actually do care about you, and they genuinely want to help. And I felt that was one of the best experiences that I could ever ask. I was not expecting such a response, but then when I had them actually booking a session with me and just helping me out with how I should be answering my questions, how should I be prepping for my answers, I feel like that was like really like that sort of cemented my resolve, stating that I know I'm being I feel like I'm really being heard, I'm being supported. So I feel like that really did wonders for my confidence. And fortunately, I bagged the interview, and I spent 6 months working with the careers team with Lucia herself. And I was given the wonderful opportunity of just supporting my peers, my postgraduate students here at De Montfort, as well as PhD candidates, and just sort of assisting each and every single one of them to be aware of the resources that are available to them, and how it is possible for them to utilize them to the best of their abilities. Because I genuinely believe that irrespective of whatever university you join or whatever course you're taking, it is up to you how you utilize the resources that are available to you. At the end of the day, it's your proactivity, it's your decision. If you have a set strategic goal in your mind saying that, okay, I want to be able to bag this position, I want to gain experience, I want to be able to apply my academic skills in a practical environment, I believe if you have that set strategic goal in your mind, these opportunities are available to you. You just need to go out there and do the best that you can with them. And I feel like I have done that all throughout my MBA. And and then I was obviously able to perform well with my team. And I feel like those 6 months of my MBA have been so rewarding. I've been able to network with people that I never would have had I not been able to back this position. And I feel like it gives me an edge over my peers. And whilst I was also working as a front runner, like Lucia mentioned, that we have another recruiting agency called Unitems that is situated on our campus itself. So they were hiring for student ambassadors for on campus, and I happened to apply for the same, and I also was and then I also got the position of a student ambassador. So as you see, like I have tried to bag every opportunity that was available for me, available to everybody. But I feel like I've been proactive with my application. I've been very greedy with my ambition, and I feel like I have been able to bag whatever role is that I have applied for. And not only that, as I graduate, since I've got a very close relationship with Unitems, I also have access to certain opportunities that are internally available to current student ambassadors. So I feel like being in a position where I am connected to the careers team as well as the Unitems team, it gives me an edge over other candidates, because I have early access to opportunities that are not available to everybody out there. So I also happen to have applied for a few more opportunities on campus itself. So it just gives me flexibility to manage other aspects of my life. So if you are to take anything from my experience, I would say is just that before you start university, whatever course it is that you might be undertaking, I want you to have like a I want you to have set goals in your mind and I need you to identify what is it that you are wanting to achieve in order to, because you want to pursue higher education, what is it exactly that you want out of it? What skills do you want to develop? What opportunities do you want to just sort of make use of? So have that clarity in your mind before you enter into an institution. And once you have that clear framework in your mind, it's just going to be very helpful when you actually come here and then just get on with university life. So I feel like having a clarity of what you want is really going to help. I was very strategic about what I wanted, and I feel like that clarity has given me the confidence and the ability to just do well academically as well as professionally. And that's it from my end.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Jesslyn, for sharing your experience of being an international student in the UK. So I know you've mentioned 2 words in there. You were very proactive and also greedy, and trust me, that's just how you have to go about your international student experience. Even when I was a student here at DMU, I used to be a usual suspect in everything that's going on in the campus. Good things, I mean, in terms of careers, events, any sort of elections. I was, elected as a course representative for 3 years as well during my study here at DMU. And I used to be participating in all the events the careers team hosted. That really helped me in landing my placement when I was doing my undergrad. And I remember walking into the careers office with a box of chocolates because their support was next to none. Because if they haven't been supporting through each and everything about how to write a CV in the UK format, how to go about the interviews, I don't think I would have been able to drop, land a role in a placement opportunity. So the key to making the best of your UK experience is to just come out. It's okay if you don't know what you want to do. We're here to help you. So just come and meet us. Just have a conversation with us and say, this is what you want to do, and ask how you can go about it. If you don't know, that's fine. We'll be able to put you in different tracks where you can make the best use of the opportunities that we have. So thank you, Jesslyn, and thank you, Lucia. So I think we've got a few questions on the chat box. So please keep them coming. We've got Gemma joining us here. If you have any questions about the credibility interviews. So we're just going to go through the questions from the top. So if you've got any questions, please keep them coming. Right, so I'm just going to go all the way from the top. Okay. Right, I see someone's messaged us saying that they got an offer to study MPharm at DMU. That's great. We can't wait to have you on campus. Just make sure you go through the application process and remember to abide by the key deadlines. And someone's asked, should I factor in the scholarship when paying my deposit? Okay. So when you're paying a deposit, if you're making 50% of your deposit, it has to be 50% of your tuition fee. However, if you're making a full tuition fee payment before the deadline, you can deduct the scholarship amount and make the remaining payment. Okay. So can I get an accommodation for me and my spouse? So the DMU owned halls, they're for single occupancy only. So if you'd like to stay with your partner, there are plenty of other accommodations available, just a few seconds to a few minutes walk from campus. You're more than welcome to visit the accommodation page at the Montfort University, and whichever country you're applying from, we'll put in the details of the regional representatives' contact details as well. So you can message them and ask about more support on accommodation if you need one.
Can I just jump in on
Sure,
accommodation for yourself and your spouse? Can you just a reminder, I don't know if any of you also know this, that you can't bring your dependents on your student visa. So please look into your visa and all the information will be in there for spouses. Okay, so please look into that before applying. Thank you.
Yeah. Unless your spouse is also a student at DMU, still in this case, it's only single occupancy for students in DMU-owned halls. Okay, so when is the last date for CAS? So September 5 is the latest date your CAS can be issued. So when you're making an application, when you're going through the process, please make sure that you factor in these dates. My personal advice, try to meet the deadlines at least a week before than it is advised, so you can go through the process without any tension or hassle towards the last minute. Right. So I've asked another question. At what point do I get the login details from the agency that did my application? Okay. So I believe you're asking about the student login details. So you will be receiving that or having access to it once you complete your registration on campus. So you won't be able to have access to that before you complete your registration process. Is this the question that's popping?
Join WhatsApp group is the next one.
Is this the question that's popping up?
That one's wrong.
Okay. How can we join a WhatsApp group? Okay, so the WhatsApp group chat that I spoke about earlier, that's something we're hosting for direct applicants. If you are a direct applicant yourself, once you make your deposit payment, if you're happy to join the group, yes, you can join after you make the deposit payment.
Okay.
When do we make interviews?
Okay, so if you're with an agent, the agent will contact the regional team here in the UK, and you then just have to wait for your invitation. So keep checking your emails, check your spam, check your junk, and you will then find an invitation so you can book your interview. Okay, so it's liaising with your agent. If you're a direct student, then admissions will get in touch with us, so don't worry about that. Okay.
Thanks, Gemma. Okay, we'll move on to the next question. Should I factor in the scholarship? I think we just went through this. Like I said, if you're making the full payment before your CAS deadline, you're more than welcome to deduct the scholarship amount. But if you're making your 50%, please calculate 50% of your overall tuition fee. Next question. What kind of career or placement support is available for postgraduate students in design-related fields? Should I get Lucia on screen? Do you want to talk about it, Lucia?
Sure thing. So the terms of career and placement support that you've got available is exactly what I have been mentioning. So you would be able to access all of those, one-on-one appointments or different workshops. But as part of your placement, you would also get a placement tutor as well. And we do have a specialized placement team. So they will be able to kind of support you in those applications, look at them, together, support you in putting together that application for that particular placement, walk you through the questions that you may have, do some interview prep. If you also need to put together some sort of portfolio, that can help you with that as well. And then if you are successful in obtaining that placement, you will have that tutor that will be checking in with you on a regular basis to make sure that everything is going as it should, that you're happy with your placement, if there are any adjustments that need to be made. So all of that is part of the support that you will get in placement. I think one important thing to mention with regards to how things work here in the UK, which I know might be different to what you're used to from your home country, is that here in the UK, and Jaslyn, you were referring to that, is the proactiveness, right? Here in the UK, it doesn't work like in places like in India, that the recruitment happens on campus, employers come and they offer you a place. That's not how it works here in the UK. You're going to have to independently and proactively apply for the opportunities that you want. There's a plethora of websites that we can share with you, and you can have a look at what opportunities are available, but you are going to have to be the one applying for those, and then the employer or the recruiter will go through all of those applications, yours as well as any other person that chooses to apply for those jobs, and make a selection process. Then you will go through things like interview, assessment centers, psychometric testing, depending on what the opportunity that you're applying for and what the requirements are. But I think it's very important to know that it will be initiated by you. You are going to have to be the one looking up for those opportunities and making the applications. And then we are here from a careers perspective to support you through all of that, from looking at the job description with you and creating the CV to make sure that is tailored to the job that you want to apply for, the cover letter, doing some practice with psychometric tests, assessment centers. We can hold your hand through that process, but it has to be you the one applying for that.
Thank you, Lucia. Just to add to that, international students who are studying design-related programs, we also have so many students who started their own startups in the UK, and that's something that we support international students with. So we've got the DMU Innovation Centre, where you can go participate, and if you have a business idea, they'll help you build that, find investors and sponsors who will be able to help you grow your business as well. So we do have so many students, especially from India, who've started their own studios here after completing their design-related programs, come here for their master's program. So if that's on your mind, you can try that as well alongside your academic journey.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to the next question. Is the live stream, would it be rebroadcasted? Yeah, so you can watch this on our website. It'll be uploaded soon. I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but you can watch the same thing again if you like. Okay, I want to know about portfolio requirement for digital design in Masters of Arts. Okay. In terms of portfolio advice, we have an exclusive page on our website where you can go through that about how to create a portfolio that meets the requirements for your programs that you're willing to apply. If you would like to have a chat about that with one of the staff members here at Montfort University, you're more than welcome to do that before you go about it. Or if you want to have a chat about portfolio creation with one of the faculty members, please let us know. We'll put you in touch with the faculty team before you submit one. Hi, I'm Madhuri from India, joining Design Innovation Management. Hi, Madhuri. Can't wait to see you on campus soon. Are there any academic support services specifically tailored for students from non-UK educational backgrounds? Yes. So, Jesseline, I'm sure you'll be able to talk more about the academic support that you have received as part of your program. Do you want to go for that question?
Yes, Pooja, I'm happy to take that answer. So, Madhuri, to answer your question, in my personal experience, I would say that when I joined as a student, you have access to a personal tutor when you have any academic queries. So if for some reason you're not able to raise your queries or question your professor whilst you're in your lectures or seminars, you also have the facility of booking a one-to-one session with your personal tutor. It could either be a Teams meeting or it could be an in-person meeting on campus. That's totally up to you. You can get in touch with your personal tutor and just have a session with them in order to just resolve any academic queries that you may have. And apart from that, you also receive support for just going about your assignments through the library services. So you have the opportunity to book sessions with people to help you out with referencing or just understanding your assignment and things of that sort. So that's another service that's available for you. I have made use of both of them, so I feel like they were really helpful. So you have got you've got avenues of support. It's just how you utilize it and how and when you utilize it. So you have access to a personal tutor. So I felt like that was really helpful for me, because in case if you miss out on sessions or you're not comfortable in just raising queries during sessions for whatever reason, I believe that reaching out to your personal tutor would be the best option for you. I've done that and I found it very fulfilling. So don't have any hesitations with respect to just raising any issues. You've got support. You've got handy support to just help you out in whatever aspect that you may be needing support in.
Thank you, Jesseline. I hope that was helpful, Madhuri. Moving on to the next question, when will I get my credentials for my DMU account? Okay, so like I said, you will have access to your DMU account after you complete your registration here on campus. And the next question, how to apply for scholarships. So
just to add a whistle stop, because I know that we are over the hour now, so I think we'll take this one as the last question. And I know that our team has put on the YouTube channel a general email for any inquiries that we are not able to cover in the live today. So please feel free to put anything or redirect to that email that has been shared with you. Any other questions that you may have that we can't take after this one. Sorry, Pooja, back at you.
Yeah, sure. I didn't realize we were overrunning, but let me take this last question. Are there any how do you apply for scholarships? Okay, So you don't apply for scholarships. The scholarships are offered to you automatically if you make the deposit payment before the certain deadline, and you will be eligible for scholarships if you're applying to the Montfort University. So all that you have to do is make the deposit payment before the deadline, and the scholarship will be deducted automatically. So the remaining tuition fee that you have to pay is the total tuition fee minus the scholarship that you were eligible for. I hope that offered some clarity. So yes. Okay, so I'm sure everyone would have scanned the QR code which we shared earlier. So if you've got any questions, you're more than welcome to drop over there, or you can get in touch with us. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining today from whichever part of the world you're joining from. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.